Our headlines this week. Indiana's gym got a new scoreboard. Also, a room in the high school flooded. Figure out how and what is being done next. And we cover the stories that broke over the summer. This is in our news. Welcome to the first edition of NR News this school year. I'm Jim Haney.
And I'm Connor Hickman. We hope you had a great summer.
Last Monday, the gym was outfitted with a brand new scoreboard and control board to replace the old one. The old one stopped working after 40 years of service.
During June, the south rooms of Auditorium were inundated with water. After several days of rain throughout the summer, on June 29th, a school staff member found the southeast room with around 4 inches standing water. At the time, it was being used for storage for Mr. Cedric Center and for the P equipment. While none of the equipment was destroyed, a majority of Sunray's materials were on the floor and were destroyed. The entry point of the water was determined to be the roof, which suffered severe hail damage. This adds to the room's history of rainwater debacles. Last summer, the ceilings room collapsed with rainwater flowing through the roof. No one was injured in the incident, but it marked the start of this room's water problems. In addition to the flooding, the room across the auditorium, which was being used as a weight room, also started having water issues. Water was also coming from the ceiling. All the equipment and the items were moved from the rooms and onto the auditorium. Repairs to the rooms and the roof are currently being evaluated and planned.
Even if the school year is over, the school is very busy during the summer months. We bring you the events that occurred over the summer. This summer has received a greater amount of work done by students compared to earlier summers. The Comanche Nation Workforce Program enabled students enrolled in the Comanche Nation tribe the opportunity to work over the summer at the school. This program enables students to learn workforce skills and personal finance. The students were chaperoned by Mr. Cedric Sunray. What is the Summer Youth Employment Program?
It's been a big part of what we were able to get accomplished this summer. The Comanche Nation, they fund their tribal citizens here in the Indiana community, youth, teenagers, to come in and do just a bunch of different work with us. So we're really blessed to be able to have that support system and that partnership. Comanche Nation's been a huge part of the growth of our athletic program as well. They've really put some funding and backing into some of the things that we're doing this year, and they've been doing that at other schools as well, we've noticed. So we're pretty grateful to them. Our school is about 40% Comanche, about 60% American Indian total here at the school. And they're also Comanche Nation Roads Program, their transportation department. They're working on building us a new parking lot as well here at the school. So pretty fortunate for sure.
Do you think the program went well?
Absolutely. There was really high attendance. The guys were here. Sometimes they worked over hours actually to get things done. And you never really had to ask them to do anything. They had kind of the initiative. They'd take a daily work plan and they'd kind of grow it as best they could.
Will you continue this program next year?
100%.
One of the tasks the students were given was to paint and move classrooms. They painted the school's audio room along with an office in the superintendent's lobby. They also helped school custodians with work that needed to be done over the summer.
There are new athletic programs being added to the school's roster of extracurricular activities. The activities include the newly reformed elementary basketball and archery activities, along with the new ESports team and girls volleyball. Mr. Thorney has taken the helm of activities as athletic director. This summer, he has been hard at work working with businesses in Indiana, Cache, and Lawton for funding. In late July, Sunray invited the general public and family of athletes to attend a meeting to discuss the athletic programs and budgeting for them. Mr. Sunray also asked for support from the community and hoped to find coaches for sports that didn't have any.
In the end, 3 new sports were added along with restarting 2 more. We start with esports. Esports was the most requested sport when students were polled late last year. Esports is a competitive sport that involves video games. A meeting was held with prospective students and they were given the handbook and a schedule. Another meeting was held with students in the school auditorium on August 22nd. The meeting covered what the students dreamed a prospective esports room would look like. Regular meetings started last Wednesday during lunchtime. There is currently no coach for the team yet.
The girls' volleyball has hit the ground running. Shortly after school started, their first game was August 12th. The girls' volleyball was coached by Samantha Bucktrot.
The last new sport is golf, coached by Preston Thomason. Golf will start in spring on the Fort Sill Golf Course.
Since the death of Mr. John Albright, the archery coach, the archery program was canceled, leaving the many students who enjoy the program forlorn. Now the archery program is coming back with a new coach, Tim Plaster. The program kicked off last Wednesday after school, just like in years past. The archery program will practice across the street at the Church of Christ.
The last rebooted sport is elementary basketball, which is coached by pastor and coach Scott Patton. It also kicked off last week.
To benefit the pre-existing cross-country team, a track was constructed near the school's baseball field. The track is now open to the public and is located at the school's baseball field, which is located on Holsey Acres Road near the north end of the town.
During the summer, students and staff were invited to the school on various days of the summer months to exercise using the school's equipment. Mr. Sunray said that the program wasn't a big hit, but blamed the poor attendance on the flooding. How successful was it?
That's a good question. You know, I think one of the things obviously that made it challenging was the fact that we had the flooding. So that definitely caused some issues with it for sure. And I think we just got to continue to grow it, get it going better. The weight room was utilized some days, as was the gym. Me, I definitely wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm pretty critical, so I'd say a 4 out of 10. And I'm hoping we can elevate it and get it more involved and used. Once school started again, though, it's been used daily. So that's been a good thing. So the girls basketball team and volleyball teams come in and they train here all the time. The boys basketball as well, they're in here all the time as well in the weight room. So it's heavily trafficked at this point.
Sunray said that he hopes to continue the program next year. This summer was filled with a large amount of work, and we hope that all the students are impressed with the changes and hope they enjoy all the new sports. Volunteers from Fort Sill Boy Scout Troop 4173 built new shelves for the school's new music room. On August 28th, Connor Hickman did his Eagle Scout project in the school's audio room. His project was to build shelves in the room to store the instruments neatly and so they could be used at a moment's notice. With help from the Boy Scout troop and some local citizens from Indiahoma, the project was completed in about 4.5 hours. That's it for In Our News.
For more stories and information, visit iJustZero.com.